Hey there, welcome back. Today I'm going to work on the clutch, and I got this clutch arm goes on the bottom of the transaxle. My car was missing this one, and also used I got some of these washers that go on the motor mounts and the trans mounts. I'll probably wait to put these in until I take the motor out again.
Garage time.
Okay, so here under the car, this is the spline shaft that operates the clutch pressure plate, and this guy should go on here, like so, which it does. And this hole here is where the clutch cable comes through, and it just actuates the clutch. Now, I told you guys there was no clutch installed in this car when I put the transaxle in, so it's all got to come back out. But I just want to make sure I have the parts while I'm under the car to get this connected all the way to the pedal. Another thing I just noticed is there's transaxle fluid just dripping from the front seal here. And I didn't even think there was oil in this. I don't think there is any oil in this, but it's starting to drip here on the floor. Just gonna knock a little bit of the rust off of this. I wanna make sure that clip, I just went to the store and bought a clip. I wanna make sure it seats in this groove. That groove is pretty clean now, so I'm gonna try to put a clip in there and make sure I got the right one. Okay, at the hardware store, I got two things. One is this external snap ring. I got that, and then I also got this washer. This is the washer you're supposed to use on your faucet. So it's kind of a soft rubber, and then I ended up kind of nibbling out the center because it was the wrong diameter in the center. So I just nibbled it out, and it's gonna go up here. It's a little bit of a dust seal, I suppose. Probably isn't going to do much. I've got a great hardware store near me. They have a lot of metric stuff. Yeah. So that clips in just perfectly. So let's put the arm on. This position's a little arbitrary right now until I get all the internal clutch parts done. But just for the sake of holding it on here and making sure I have all the right parts, I'm going to put this clip on. So this is as it should be. I feel like there might be something missing inside, so we'll have to determine if this is the right size washer and all that spacing is correct, because it seems a little floppy. Okay, I've spent some time looking around in all my boxes for the clutch cable and also the accelerator cable, and I cannot find either. A big part of the working session for today has been spent either looking for parts like the clutch cable, the linkage for the gas pedal, all that stuff, and then I couldn't find it. So two, I've been looking on all the Porsche websites to locate not only what I need to buy, but also what some of the prices are. Now, this is where you got to be really careful, especially if you're on a budget like me. You know, I'm taking pride in the amount of money I'm spending on this car and keeping it as low as possible. So I can solve all my problems tomorrow if I just click buy now. But that's not the way I work. I'm going to not spend $500. To give you guys some reference, I bought both doors, the hood and the deck lid for less than $500. So I'm clearly not going to spend $500 on accelerator rod linkages. There's companies like URO, for instance, has been extremely helpful in sort of keeping the costs down. Things like the rubber boots for the clutch cable and all this little rubber bits and linkage pieces, they've been really helpful. And this is something that I choose to spend my time on, right? So this is part of the challenge of a restoration. As if this project wasn't hard enough, trying to keep it under budget is even harder. I can guarantee you that. So I'm spending a lot of time today on the computer, contacting people who has used parts, who has affordable parts, and that's why the video is a little shorter today. And then while I'm missing some parts, I have too many of other parts. So while the car is up on the lift, I want to verify that the best axles I have, which are these have already been rebuilt by someone else, and I got a good deal on them. So if I can get these to fit with my car, then that's what I want to go with. If not, I have other options. I just want to try to learn what the differences are and which ones are compatible with my situation. Okay, the good news is I've got these bolts, threaded in, finger tight, and I'm not going to cinch them all the way down, but I just made sure that the hole pattern's correct, and that's true on both sides, here on the hub side too. The axles are the correct length. Everything feels fine on these old ones, so that's good news. I'm going to double check the other side, make sure these flanges are actually the same. No funny business going on this one either. Okay, this is the axle I tried on both sides, and it works really well. It's got the pins that fit in both flanges, and the hole pattern's correct. I got the correct hardware with these little C washers on there. So this one fits fine, but it hasn't been rebuilt, and it's got a bunch of dirt in the bearings and stuff. I couldn't just install it like this. Now, these have been rebuilt, but I'm noticing now that this diameter of this shaft is way bigger than this one or this one. So I'm going to take the plastic off of these and see, what's up with these two shafts. Why are they different? Okay, this looks pretty clean, although already I'm noticing that the hardware is smaller, number one, and there's no pins, but it has 6 different bolts attaching to it. So this looks a little different. Yeah, these are different. This is a bigger diameter flange and different hole spacing. So I'm left with this set right here. This is the one that I verified fits in the car, and I'm gonna have to, take these apart and at least re-grease them, definitely inspect all the CV joints. And the boots are in still good condition. Maybe I could reuse those, I don't know. But they have to be at least given some attention before they can go back in the car. Good news is they fit. Today on the list, we made some progress. We got the clutch arm done, and we basically test fitted the axles. I'm not gonna cross them off here because they're not installed yet. I didn't install them because I gotta pull the engine out one more time to take care of all the clutch stuff. Fortunately, I had to add 2 more things to the list. We got the clutch cable and the accelerator cable, both of which are totally missing. Okay, so today hasn't been the most productive day, but that's okay. I learned some things. I discovered some things that need some attention, and it's better to discover them in sort of the high 20s area on the list as opposed to the high 10s on the list.